Okay, so event planning. This is one of the most important chapter throughout all the chapter that I have teach you before this. Okay, and it's very basic. Okay, maybe because you are one of my maybe a group of my student that have been in third year or fourth year. So this kind of subject or this kind of chapter will not be something that surprise to you. Okay. So first and foremost, good morning. Okay, I hope that all of you are healthy. Okay, so today we will learn a new chapter that is chapter number 3, that is event planning. Okay, so first and foremost, we will indulge into the learning outcome. Actually, the learning outcome for this chapter is only 4. Okay, discard not including introduction and conclusion. So first and foremost, we will learn what is phases in event management. Okay, we have learned the business foundation before this. Okay, first and foremost, you learn what is event industry. Second, how to build your own business, that is the business foundation. And right now, what kind of business that you want to go for, that is event planning businesses. Therefore, you have to know what is event planning at the first place. Therefore, you have to know what is phases in event management. Number 3 is information included in an invitation. Fourth is design time. Okay, and last but not least is the main event. Okay, I will put more emphasis in number 2, number 3, and number 4 because all of that kind of thing is basic. Okay, basic foundation for event planning. Okay, so first and foremost, we go for introduction first. Okay, so I think most of you are know what kind of sport is in this picture. Okay, so if in America, okay, one of the most is in Malaysia. Okay, our national sport and the most popular sport in Malaysia is badminton because of Lee Chong Wei. So how about in America? In America, this is known, the most famous sport is football. Okay, American football. Okay, what is American football? It's not about soccer. It's all about rugby, a rugby kind of sport. Although the name is football, okay, actually it's all about rugby. Okay, so this kind of event is one of the most popular event in United States of America, USA. That is Powerball. It's not Powerball. I totally forgot. I just remember Super Bowl. Yes, Super Bowl. SUPERBOWL. Super Bowl. One of the most famous event in USA. So it is annual event. Okay, that are specifically for American football. Okay, so we will talk about this introduction. Okay, you have to know what is this chapter about. Okay, so this chapter will cover the nuts and ball of planning an event. So what is mean by nuts and ball? Okay, nuts and ball is the foundation of planning an event. You have to know what is the basic things or basic knowledge about the planning an event or planning or planning itself or event itself. Okay, so in this chapter, it will show you what the step involved in event planning precisely on the research step. Because after this, on the next chapter, I will more emphasize on more and more step of event planning. So we will go one by one throughout the chapter. Okay, so next we will learn about subchapter number 2, that is phases in event management. Okay, so just like I said before, in USA, one of the most famous event is Super Bowl. Okay, how about in Malaysia? Okay, in Malaysia, one of the famous sport event is Formula One. Okay, this Formula One idea is being introduced by Dr. Mahathir. Okay, many of the people are disagree with Tun Dr. Mahathir. Why you want to waste our money in order to build this Formula One stadium in Sepang. Okay, Sepang is industrial. If you ever go to KL, okay, Sepang is industrial place in Selangor. Okay, you can build another more beneficial thing, but why you build Formula One? They're wondering why Tun Dr. Mahathir want to do this kind of thing. It is waste of money. They say, okay, suddenly, okay, all people around the world know Malaysia because of its Formula One. Although we are not the one who are very pro in Formula One, but this Formula One facilities is in Malaysia is one of the best in the world. Okay, if you ever go to Sepang, if you ever go to Formula One stadium, Formula One is the sport are very noisy. It sounds like that very, very high pitch, okay, because the Formula One is very fast and it makes a sound that very disturbing, okay, because of this kind of thing, okay, the stadium itself is very, very expensive first, and it should situated on the place that do not have community because it's very, very noisy, okay. The only place that are the best is in Sepang because in Sepang there are no community, and because of this expensiveness, Malaysia can become one of the best place or venue for this kind of event. Okay, so number 2, we will talk about phases in event management. Okay, there are 5 phases in event management. Okay, we will start and put more emphasis in this chapter is the research phases. Okay, first is research, second is design. Yes, we will put emphasis on design also in this chapter. Okay, planning, I will not put really much emphasis on planning because it will be talk, okay, it will be discussed in the next chapter. Number 4 is coordination, and number 5 is evaluation. So at the end of this chapter, maybe chapter 12 or chapter 13, okay, we will talk about evaluation, coordination, okay, and planning. Okay, the first, in this chapter, we will learn more about research and also we will learn more about design. Okay, so first and foremost, why research? Okay, if you in university, you do a lot of assignment and that assignment you consider as homework. How about if you have done, if you have end your university life or college life or education life, you have to go to working life, and the research that you have to do in working life are regarded as your homework. Okay, so how to do research actually? Okay, so if you have go for latihan insaniah class, if you ever go to other class before this, you have done a lot of survey. Okay, the survey itself is one of the method or methodology to conduct a research. Okay, interview and also focus group discussion. Okay, so sir, what is focus group discussion actually? I always hear focus group discussion, focus group discussion, focus group discussion, but actually what is focus group discussion? Okay, so focus group discussion is a method to do a research where you are gathering a number of people that are expert about a title, a topic. For example, the topic that I will give to you to do a research is business. Okay, so you have to do a focus group discussion. So who are the one who you want to gather? If in this college, okay, in this college, the one who expert about business is maybe Miss Chang, Miss Evelyn, okay, Mr. Vincent, Mr. Desmond, maybe something like that. Focus group discussion. So you are focusing on people who are expert in that kind of topic, and also the topic that they are discussing focus on one main topic they are expert about. That is business. Okay, so maybe you want to do a focus group discussion about Korea K-pop. Okay, so you can invite me. Okay, you can invite, maybe you yourself are the one who expert about K-pop. Okay, so you have to do the focus group discussion about K-pop and you invite me to do the discussion. That is focus group discussion actually. Okay, so you can also do a research by contacting the local convention center. Okay, you ask for them which venue is the cheapest. Okay, you don't go to only one local convention center. You maybe go to BCCK. After that, you maybe go to Hilton Hotel. Maybe Hilton Hotel also have convention center, also have the place they can do an event. Maybe you can go to Plaza Merdeka. Okay, Plaza Merdeka also have their own venue. Okay, and also you can go to local attraction site. Maybe you can ask for them a cheaper kind of price. Okay, so the research also not only about all the customers, not all about the people that related to the research and to the event planning itself. You also have to talk about the vendors and suppliers, okay? Because they are the one who also contribute to your business, okay? You have to find which vendor give you the cheapest price. You also have to find which supplier it will give you the best quality of product. That kind of thing is known as research also. And also you have to know, just like I said before, how much they charge. What is the thing they are specialized? Okay, if you go to this Kedai Hazwani. Kedai Hazwani is specialized on bunga rose, but their sunflower is not really good in quality. So you go to other kedai that are very famous for the sunflower. Okay, so you have to know that kind of thing. And in order for you to know all kind of this knowledge, first is take time. Second, you have to do your research. Okay. So last but not least, we talk about research. Okay. Whatever you do, you have to prioritize your customer, your client, your potential client. Okay. So how you want to prioritize your client? By doing research. You have to ask your client a lot of question and writing down their answer. You don't only hear the answer masuk tengah kanan, keluar tengah kiri, masuk tengah kanan, keluar tengah kiri. No, you have to ask and write what they are think about your company, what is their think about your product, what is their think about their preference. All the thing that you have to know and all the thing that you do is related to research. Okay, you have to know what is the client goal. You ask a customer, the customer name is Jungkook. Jungkook, you want to do a concert, what kind of concert that you want to do? Okay, I want a concert with the theme of Malaysia contemporary. Okay, so you have to do research. What is Malaysia contemporary? You have to ask maybe someone who expert about Malaysia contemporary, something like that. Okay, so you have to know what is the hope, what is the goal, what is the dream of the customer in order to produce a very vavavavum and popular or meletup kind of event. Yes, you have to know all the customer things. Okay, so you have to ask question to the customer. What is the thing that you want to do? Okay, what is the thing that you want to want? You want to want. Okay, so first and foremost, maybe you want the client want to introduce a new product, motivate employee, or provide a forum for networking. So it's more about corporate event. Okay, so if you handle a corporate event, for example, just like I say right now, iPhone. Okay, this is the first time, okay, Apple company do an online product launching. Okay, if you watch the Apple company launching yesterday night, I think yesterday night, okay, 2 days previously. Okay, they launched a new product that is iWatch SE that is more cheaper, and also they are launching the iPad Lite. Okay, they are more cheaper, but how they launching the product is very good. Okay, if you want to see one of the best product launching online event, you can go to the Apple company launching product. You can see in YouTube. Actually, it's not YouTube, you can see their website. Okay, number two is, do they want to put together a spectacular college reunion or maybe a spectacular birthday party? So how you have to define what is mean by spectacular. Maybe for them the spectacular event is cheap event. Okay, using a cheap product but the result is very good, that is maybe spectacular for them. So you have to define and ask them what is mean by spectacular. Okay, So something that you have to know and something you have to draw a line between the customer also, you have to ask whether they want to do something that relax or something that very strict. Okay, if there are something relaxed, you can also make the event between the business and social kind of event. Okay, although it's a corporate event, but you can also make it less strict by put something that more social. Okay, so you have to ask the question, and also and at the same time you have to successfully listen to what they want. Okay, if you do not listen to what they want, it will lead you for your failure. Okay, be sure to write the right question. Okay, so we always talk about convention. Okay, do you know what is the biggest convention and conference in the world? Okay, so for your information, okay, one of the biggest conference and convention in the world is not about something that very formal, not is something that are very strict. It's Comic Con conference. Comic Con is all the comic euthanasies. I always fail to pronounce that word. Okay, the one who like comic, okay, will gather from all around the world and go to this conference. Okay, this conference is Comic Con. Okay, so you can Google Comic Con. Okay, this conference will usually feature DC, Marvel kind of comic. Okay, and anime. I think if you love anime, you have to watch Food War. Okay, so information needed to plan an event. Okay, so we are talking about how to plan an event. So if you want to plan an event, you have to ask this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 question. Okay, this is the basic things, okay, basic information that you need in order to plan an event. Okay, so first and foremost, you have to know who are the attendees. Okay, if the attendees is all people, so you have to do an event that accommodate them. You cannot put your event in the higher floor. Okay, you cannot give the food that are high in sugar. Okay, you cannot give a table, okay, that not really accommodate for them. Okay, you cannot ask them to eat berdiri. Okay, because that is all people. So you have to know who is the attendee and how many number of participant. Okay, that is the first thing that you have to ask to the client. Okay, number two, what kind of event that you have to conduct? Okay, you have to know what kind of event, what type of event. Second, what style of the event and what theme of the event. Okay, the best event have their own theme. For example, the wedding, the theme of the wedding is the jungle. Okay, then it will be easier for you to find something that related to jungle. If they say that, oh, my wedding there are no tema, just freedom, then it will very hard for you to find what is the idea that related to freedom. Sometimes the client will say it up to you. Okay, but actually the client have their own preference, so you have to ask what is the thing that you prefer. Although they always say that there are no team, no, you have to ask them, come out with a team. It will be easier work for you. Okay, when you have to know the basic things, the date of event, what is the time of event, that is the basic things that you have to know. Where the event, okay, where the location that he or she or your client desire. For example, some of the client is very unique. For example, Yuna Zarai, you know the Yuna, dan sebenarnya, the one who song the one dan sebenarnya, or the one who song, what is the song? Oh, she very famous lah. He is not he, it's she. Yuna Zara is she. She is one of the famous Malaysian singer. Okay, and one of the top billboard for a Malaysian singer right now. Okay, internationally, we talk about internationally. Okay, so she have her marriage, okay, on the top of the mountain in the middle of the jungle. Okay, it's very nice. Okay, if you ever see in my wedding slide, my wedding planning slide, there are one wedding that feature Yuna Zarai. Okay, why? You have to know why are the reason they conduct this event. Okay, what is the thing that they want to show? That is, you have to know why and how. Okay, all this kind of how is not limited kind of question. How much is the budget? How the guests travel? How is one of the things that are not limited. So you have to ask this kind of question before you do an event. Okay, so one of the things that are very important for an event is invitation. Okay, you have to put this kind of detail in an invitation: event, date, host name, time, location, RSVP. Okay, RSVP actually a French word. Réservez et bouclez. Okay, so I will Google for you what is RSVP. So it's actually a réservé et bouclez lah. The name is the sound is réservé pour boucler, something like that lah. Répondez s'il vous plaît. Okay, okay, s'il vous plaît in French mean please. Okay, répondez mean respond. Okay, so répondez s'il vous plaît mean respond please. Okay, so actually some of the event is based on if you are responding to the invitation or not. It's actually if you have RSVP, respondez s'il vous plaît. Okay, respondez s'il vous plaît actually or specifically for an event that have number of people. Okay, for example, you have 100, the venue can only accommodate 100 of people. Okay, so you have to ask RSVP to them whether they come or not. Okay, because we only have limited seat and maybe we have limited kind of food. Okay, so this is also the information that you have to include. Okay, the continuous for the previous slide. Okay, significance of the event. Sometimes the event have their own dress code. Then you have to put in invitation also. Name of prominent speaker. If you are about the conference, okay, the conference is delivered by who. Maybe delivered by Dr. Muhammad Irfan, something like that. Dr. Chang, maybe something like that. Parking information, sometimes I hate an event that do not put the parking information. Okay, because before this, I'm with Miss. If you we have new lecturer that is Miss Dayang Shamira. Before this, we go for a conference. Okay, the conference is situated at Plaza Merdeka. Okay, can you imagine it in Plaza Merdeka at 8 a.m. The Plaza Merdeka itself do not open. It's closed. There are no parking area at that place. So we park at anywhere we put. Okay, and end up we get summoned because of the event do not put where is the parking information. Okay, and VIP status, if there are VIP, complimentary ticket, okay, sometimes you can bring another person to go to the event. So they will give the complimentary ticket, okay? And if the event is not free, they will put free, okay? So I think this is the last thing that I have to discuss to you, that is design time, okay? One of the most important thing, okay, for an event is design. Okay. Oh, I forget. Okay. This is one of the event that are giving so much profit for South Korea right now. Okay. Meet and greet event. So this is BTS meet and greet. Okay. And BTS meet and greet cost you a lot of money. Okay. And before this, for EXO, I'm not really have the opportunity to do meet and greet, and they are not really do a meet and greet. Okay, if you ever know that there are one event, EXO come to Malaysia, that is Exolution. Okay, this is the time to brainstorm either yourself and employee, because okay, design need a lot of time. Okay, you cannot create a design pop siap. No, design need a brainstorm. Okay, for an event planner, we talk about creativity. If you are not creative enough, I'm so sorry, you are not suitable to be an event planner. But you have to remember that design skill or creating a poster, creating a good kind of design is something that you can learn. It's not something that you can born and you know how to design. No, you can learn this kind of skill. Because you can learn this kind of skill, okay? If you do not know how to design, you can teach yourself and you can also learn by yourself, okay? So how to actually design or develop a design idea, okay? Because just like I say before, you cannot pop that design come out. No, you need an idea, you need to brainstorm, okay? First and foremost, you attend other kind of event, okay? You do not only terperangkap in your own place, okay? You go to other event, you go to your competitor event, you go to the local event, and you curi idea from the event. You take the idea, maybe you not really tiru the idea, you not really duplicate the idea, you try to innovation, you come out with a good innovation, okay? You get inspiration from other idea, okay? Second way is self-invitation and program, okay? Sometimes you get a very nice poster of an event, so you save it, okay? Or maybe you keep it, okay? So that it will be a next inspiration, okay? Make event ID card and file them into a box. Just like I said before, if you have a poster, then you keep it. Okay, how you want to keep it? You keep it in file. You keep it in a box. Maybe the box is event idea, something like that. A catalog. Okay, and last but not least is consider a team event. Just like I said before, okay, if the event have their own team, it will be easier for you. Okay, because through the team, okay, you can brainstorm a lot of idea. Okay, so actually the design we can consist of four things, okay? First and foremost element of event style is site selection, decor, catering, and entertainment, okay? So for the site selection, okay, for the site selection, there are so many sites that you can choose, okay? It will depend on several factors, okay? You not really choose the site, oh, because it looks beautiful, I want this kind of site. No, okay? You have to ask the client first, whether the client want a fresh air kind of event, okay? So it will be open air kind of event, or you want something that home, or something that are not really is rustic. If rustic, then mean it is a kampung kind of event. Okay, a kampung kind of event, just like the first picture, also look very nice. Okay, and also you have to know whether they want something that modern. Okay, that things will affect your things to choose a venue. Okay, so how about props? Okay, this is decor. Okay, so if we talk about decor, okay, there are so many elements in decor. For example, constructed set element, okay, paint backdrop, prop, floral arrangement, lighting elements, signage, and accessory. All of this thing is known as decor. Okay, and this kind of decoration, okay, you need skill. Okay, next will be, okay, so this is one, maybe it's not one, three tips on how to produce a good decor. Okay, so if you want to do a bold statement, if you want something that very striking, okay, consider a black and white color scheme. Okay, if you ever go to my design class before this, okay, I always emphasize on the simplicity. Okay, if there are something that's be simplicity, okay, is actually black and white, is although it look very simple, it put a very bold statement rather than a very colorful kind of sign. Okay, second, if you want to go for a magnificent or a very extravagance, okay, extravagance kind of event, you put a scale. Scale means how big are your props, okay? A huge decor element will create a big impact, okay? Number three is take away anything that not necessary. Okay, sometimes the simpler the better, the less is more for decor. Okay, we don't want clutter in our event. The clutter will not only make us feel very burdened, and also it will disturb our event. Okay, so this is also something that very important, but always not really put emphasized by the event planner. Okay, catering. Okay, so if you go for a formality kind of event, okay, the food also have to be formal. Okay, so you have to put a fancier food. Okay, a 5-star food, a simpler food is work best for a relaxed occasion. Okay, for example, something that are bite size, something like that is go for a relaxed occasion. However, for formal occasion, we'll go for a fancier kind of food. Okay, maybe a courses kind of food, maybe 5 to 6 courses is okay for a formal event. Okay, so if the things have their own themes or have their own region, then the event food also have follow the theme. If the theme is Chinese food, tiba-tiba you keluarkan nasi lemak, then it will not be appropriate. Okay, so if the theme is Chinese, you maybe put also a Chinese kind of Chinese traditional food. For example, pao. Okay, something like that. Okay, so I also do not really know what is Chinese food. Okay, char siu, maybe something like that. Okay, so you have to go for seating plan also. You have to know whether the thing is formal or not. If it is formal, then you go for a sit down event, eating. Okay, if it's standing, it more go for cocktail party. And last but not least is food color, or known as overall color. A good food color will make people start to eating, okay, and feel more happy to eat. Okay, design time, and also last but not least is entertainment. Okay, entertainment also important for an event. Okay, because this kind of thing play an important role. Okay, you can invite performing art, you can invite for mysticism. Mysticism is about magic, something like that. Circus, interactive, carnival, kid fun, pastime and sport. Okay, this kind of event is known. This kind of performance is known as Cirque du Soleil. Okay, Cirque du Soleil is actually Circus of the Sun. Okay, if you want to translate it in French. Okay, so Cirque du Soleil. Okay, this is one of the famous circus in the world. Okay, you have to see their performance. It's one of the best performance that you have to watch. Okay, and also this is Cirque du Soleil. Okay, so for the main event, okay, I will not put very emphasis on the main event because it's the main event. I will cover for the next chapter after this. Okay, so I think that's all from me. Thank you so much. Okay, if there any question, yes, you may ask.